All right, let's jump right in. We're doing a deep dive today on a really classic and messy problem in the AV world. How do you get a huge, high-bandwidth 4K video signal from one side of a room to the other, or, across the whole building, without it all falling apart?
That is the integration nightmare, isn't it? And it's exactly what we're looking at with the Blustream HEX70CS-KIT.
Okay.
So this is an HDBase extender set, lists for about $727. Our mission here is to figure out how this thing manages to send not just HDMI, but also control signals.
Like IR and RS-232.
Exactly. Bidirectional IR, RS-232, and even power pokers all over one single standard network cable. Especially when you're talking about a signal like 4K at 60 hertz 4.4.4.
And the specs on distance are always the first place I look because they tell the real story.
Right.
So with this kit, if you're pushing, say, standard 1080p, you can get up to 70 meters, which is great.
A very solid number.
But the moment you demand that pristine 4K 60 hertz 4.4.4 signal, the full HDMI 2.0 18 Gbp spec with HDR and everything,
then the physics kicks in.
Yeah, the range drops to 40 meters.
And, 40 meters for 18 gigs of data is still a huge win, but it doesn't just happen magically.
So what's the tech doing under the hood?
It's all about something they call advanced color space conversion, or CSC.
CSC.
HDBaseT as a standard just has bandwidth limits, So CSC is kind of the secret sauce. It's how the system intelligently compresses that massive 18 Gbps signal so it can fit down the HDBaseT pipe. But, and this is the critical part, it does it while keeping that 4.4.4 color information that you need for, like, high-end PC graphics and cinema quality video.
That makes a lot of sense. It's a compression bridge. But what happens if the display at the other end can't actually handle that amazing signal? We've all been there, right?
Oh, every time.
A brand new 4K OLED in one room, and then an older 1080p screen in the overflow space. How does the down conversion work without just, dumbing down the signal for everybody?
And that's maybe the smartest part of this whole kit. The down conversion is handled at the receiver, the HEX70CS-RX.
At the display end.
Exactly. It can take that incoming 4K signal and scale it down to 1080p or maybe 4K 4.2.0 for that less capable display. But the key is the source signal is untouched. The transmitter unit, the TX, still has its HDMI loop out, and that's outputting the native uncompressed 4K 64.4.4 signal.
So you could feed a local high-end monitor perfectly? You're only fixing the problem for the weak link down the chain.
You got it. It's just smart, flexible integration.
Okay, so the video sorted, long runs, mixed displays. But what about all the other stuff you need to run alongside it? The control signals, the power.
Yeah, and that's where the whole ecosystem idea really shines. The bidirectional PoH power over HDBaseT is a huge deal, practically speaking.
I mean, that saves an outlet, right?
It saves an outlet and a power supply. You only need one for the whole link, and it can be at either end, at the source or at the display. That just makes install so much cleaner.
And control is just as important.
Absolutely. You get bidirectional RS-232 and bidirectional IR pass-through. These are the workhorses. So you can be standing at the display and use its remote to, say, control the source device that's locked away in a rack 40 meters away.
Got it. Okay, one last piece of the puzzle. What about audio? A lot of these installs need to break out audio for a local sound system.
It handles that cleanly, yeah. The receiver has an audio breakout built right in.
So you don't need another box.
No extra boxes. You get simultaneous analog LR audio and a coaxial digital SPDIF output right there on the receiver. Perfect for feeding a local amp or soundbar. And of course, the whole system is HDCP 2.2 compliant, so all your protected content works.
So to wrap this up, what we're looking at here is really a comprehensive toolkit. It lets you manage these super demanding video signals over long distances, it's simplified your power runs, and it solves that common headache of having mismatched displays.
It's about buying peace of mind, really. And it makes you think about all the hidden complexity that's being solved here. So, a final thought for you to chew on. When you're dealing with these kinds of distances and signal conversions, how truly critical are those little features on the spec sheet, like advanced ED management and HDMI reclocking on the receiver?
Things that solve the handshaking issues.
Exactly. They aren't just bullet points. They're the features that prevent those frustrating callbacks. The no signal screens, the random dropouts. That's what true system stability really looks like.